Welcome again. It's good to have you back. Welcome back to a new class, to class number 181. This course consists of, decimos en inglés consiste de, no consiste en. This course consists of 195 classes, and we have successfully covered 180 classes, which means that we have only 15 classes left. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. We have done 8 months and 1 week, so we have only 3 weeks left. Not bad. How much time do we have left? We have very little time left. We have very few days left. We have very little time left. We have very few days left. We have a few classes ahead of us. 15 classes counting today's class. But we're getting closer and closer to the end. I have 15 classes I have to give to you. I have 15 classes I have to give our intermediate friends. And another 15 classes, another 15. Simply se dice another, no other, another delante de números, aunque sea un número plural. Another singular. Dame otro lápiz, give me another pencil. Si pluralizo, give me other or some other. Sin embargo, delante de números, siempre another. Curioso. I have to give you 15 classes. I have to give another 15 classes to our intermediate friends. And I have to give another 15 classes to our beginners friends who are finishing the beginners course. Everybody's finishing in the next 15 days. So in all, como se dice en total en inglés? In all, I have to give 45 classes. That's not too much time. That's not too many classes because in all, it's 585 classes. And I only have 45 classes left of the 585. Yeah. When I started this almost 9 months ago, it seemed like crossing an endless desert, but it's not. I have crossed deserts many times in my life. I have achieved goals that required long-term effort and work many times in my life. That's why it's not difficult for me to persevere, even at my current age. It's not difficult. Okay, let's go to camera number 1. Class 181. Let's review class 180, which is quite easy, but it has two very important phrasal verbs, please. Camera 1. There we are. To turn up and to turn down. Okay, turn up and to turn down. To turn up means aparecer. María por fin ha aparecido. Se ha dignado en hacer acto de presencia. Yeah, she has turned up. Finally, yes. Her twin sister was handling the floor management before she turned up. She turned up about 4 or 5 minutes ago. And she said, sorry, I'm sorry. I overslept. Se le pegaron las sábanas. She overslept this morning. To oversleep is to sleep longer than you should. And so she has finally turned up. Turned up. Turned, escrito. La D al final se enlaza con la U de up. She has finally turned up. Now, to turn up also means subir el volumen. Turn it up, please. I can't hear you. Excuse me. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. You can use it figuratively with a person. Oh, ¿te importaría hablar un poco más alto, amigo? Could you turn up the volume, please? Could you speak a little louder? I can't hear you. No te oigo. I can't hear you. En inglés siempre usamos no puedo oírte. I can't hear you. Can you turn up the volume, please? Where's the knob to turn up the volume? Knob. Little knob is the round thing you turn to turn up the volume. It's the knob. K muda. K-N-O-B. Pomo de puerta is doorknob. If you want to go out the door, there are two types. Well, basically, there are two types of devices to open a door handle and a door knob. In the US, most doors have knobs, not handles. Here in Europe, 50-50 maybe. Quite a few doors have handles. It's easier if you have a door handle, because if you're carrying a tray, you can use your elbow to open the door, okay? If it's a doorknob, you would need both elbows. It just doesn't work. Okay, a knob. Now, when you want to turn up the volume, you turn the knob to the right. You turn the knob clockwise, all right? Clockwise, en el sentido de las manos del reloj. You turn the knob clockwise, all right? Now, if you want to turn the volume down, if you want to turn the music down or the sound down, if you want to turn it down, you turn the knob to the left, or counterclockwise in the United States and Canada, anti-clockwise in the UK and Ireland. It's interesting, en el sentido inverso de las manos del reloj, counter, contra, counterclockwise, or anti-clockwise. All right. So if you want to turn down the volume, you need to turn the knob anti-clockwise or counterclockwise, and then the volume goes down because you turned it down. Then if you can't hear it very well, you turn it up. And if you turn it up, the volume goes up. But if it goes up too much and it turns out to be too loud, resulta ser, otra vez con turn. Si resulta ser demasiado alto, el ruido, o sea, la música en este caso, entonces la bajas de nuevo. If you turn it up too much, probably it will turn out to be too loud. And if it turns out to be too loud, then you need to turn it down. All right. And then if you are, if it's really too loud, then you turn it around. All right, turn it around. And then the music goes in that direction and not towards you. All right, you turn it around. We use turn for a lot of different things. To turn up is presentarse. To turn up is subir el volumen. To turn down is rechazar. To turn down también es bajar el volumen. To turn over es dar la vuelta, si es horizontal. To turn around is si es vertical, to turn around. All right? To turn into is convertirse en. After this class, after every class, after the advanced class, I turn into a different person. When I'm on TV, I turn into a TV person. Okay. Interesting verb, to turn. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello again, and welcome to the continuation of this class. Okay, it's a review time. As you know, we're reviewing the contents of the previous class, and we're going to do so with not only my help, Richard, but also with David's help. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm not bad at all.
Okay, good.
Now, we're going to look at two verbs, to turn up and to turn down. Okay. Now, normally, when I say turn up and turn down, what's the first thing that comes into your head?
To turn up the light or to turn down the light.
Exactly.
Or to turn up the TV.
Subir la intensidad de la luz o bajarla. Or subir el volumen o bajarlo. Yeah, you can turn up the television. You turn down the television. If I start shouting, you'll turn it down. If I start whispering, you might turn it up. Okay, but we're not going to look at those two.
Okay.
We're not going to look at those two particular meanings of those two verbs. We're going to look at two alternative meanings. The first being to turn up somewhere. Okay, for example, to turn up at a party.
Okay.
To turn up late.
Okay.
To turn up also means, as you know, because you've been following this,
presentarse.
exactly, presentarse en un lugar. Okay. For example, he turned up at the party uninvited. Se presentó ahí sin tener invitación en la fiesta. Okay. Bien. Let's have a look at some uses of that particular verb, and then we'll look at the other meaning of to turn down. Okay. So to turn up, presentarse en un lugar. David, would you turn up to a party if you hadn't been invited?
No, I wouldn't turn up to a party if I hadn't been invited.
Muy bien. What would you do if someone turned up to your birthday party uninvited?
If someone turned up to my birthday party uninvited, I would invite him to come in.
Okay, so it's very, very nice of you, very generous, very
Yes.
hospitable.
It's my birthday, come on.
Exactly. Okay, so Spanish generosity. I would kick him out.
Maybe
Maybe
he-
patadas.
Maybe he's bringing a present.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know. Okay. Bien. Has anyone ever turned up uninvited to a party of yours?
Yes, a lot
On
of people.
many an
A lot of
occasion.
people have turned up.
Have turned up? Uninvited.
uninvited
Uh-huh.
to my party.
Okay, if you turn up uninvited, no tienes invitación.
Uh-huh.
To turn up uninvited. There's another verb which is synonymous with turn up. For example, he turned up late.
Uh-huh.
He
Showed up
muy
late.
bien, he showed up late. Yeah?
Uh-huh.
I wonder if he will turn up. A ver si viene. De
Uh-huh.
una vez. I wonder if he will turn up. I wonder if he'll show up.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So they're totally synonymous. To turn up and to show up. Okay. To turn down now. To turn down means
To reject, rechazar.
exactly. I thought you were going to say to rechazar. Muy bien, rechazar, to reject. To turn down, you can turn down a job offer.
Uh-huh.
You can turn down an opportunity.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can turn down a request,
Okay.
una petición de parte de alguien, rechazarlo. Okay, to turn down. Be careful with the pronunciation. We don't say turn. Okay, it's turn, to turn down.
Uh-huh.
Okay, David, if someone offered you £1 million, would you turn it down? Would you turn the offer down?
No, not at all. If
Okay.
someone offered me £1 million,
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't turn it down.
You would accept it with open arms.
Yes.
Okay, David, a little more of a complex question now. Would
Uh-huh.
you turn down €1 million to appear naked on the front cover of a magazine?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I wouldn't turn down €1 million.
I'd do it for 100.
I don't know, for 100. But
1,000 for sure.
yeah, for 1,000, yeah, sure.
Fantastic. Okay, to
Okay.
turn down. If I offered you a job
Mm-hmm.
as a teacher, would you accept it or turn it down?
If you offered me a job as a teacher, I would turn it down
Good. Why? Because you're not a teacher.
because I'm not a teacher at all.
If you offered me a job as an actor, do you think I would accept it or turn it down?
I don't know. I can ask you.
Well, ask me then.
If I offered you a job as an actor, would you accept it or would you turn it down?
I would turn it down.
Come on,
I
you
would
can
turn
do
it down. I would turn it down because I don't want to inflict my terrible, my atrocious acting skills on the general public.
Ah, okay.
It's out of consideration
Okay.
for them. Okay, very quickly, we haven't looked at the other part of
Sure.
yesterday's show, which was the difference between a few and few.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the difference? For example, poca gente lo sabe.
Few people know it.
Exactly, few people know it without the article.
Uh-huh.
When we say unos cuantas personas lo saben,
Uh-huh.
sería,
Only a few people know it.
yeah, only a few people know it. Okay? Conozca a poca gente que rechazaría esa oferta.
I know very few people
Muy bien, very few, sin el artículo, very few people who would,
who would reject
or
that offer,
turn,
or who would turn down that offer.
muy bien, who would turn down that offer. Fantastic. And a few people turned it down, unas cuantas personas la rechazaron. Thanks very much. We haven't got time for more. I'm sorry. This is the way it is. We only have 6 minutes. Bye-bye.
All right. Welcome back. How many times must a man walk down? You remember Bob Dylan? How many? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Sopla. En el viento que sopla. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times? How many? How many? How many? How many? How many? How many? Let's look at camera one and keep practicing how many. Okay? Over there. How many times, how many days have you watched this course on television in the last 8.5 months. How many times have you seen me on TV in the last 2 weeks? How many times have you spent the entire class still watching the TV? How many times have you traveled abroad in your life? How many different flights have you taken in your life? How many times have you driven more than 8 hours on a single day? How many cities have you, how many European capitals have you visited in your life? How many countries have you been to? How many different countries have you been to in your life? How many different countries have you been to in your life? How many different continents have you visited in your life? How many islands, how many different islands have you been on in your life? Me? You know, I've been on, it's interesting, I haven't been on so many islands in my life. I've been on 3 islands in the Aegean Sea. The Aegean Sea is the sea between Greece and Turkey, the Aegean Sea. Mykonos, Lesbos, and 4. Mykonos, Lesbos, Delos, and Santorini. I've been on 4 islands in the Aegean Sea. I've been on 2 islands off the coast of Spain. Okay, so I've been on Mallorca and I've been on Menorca. I've never been on Ibiza. I've been on Mallorca, Menorca. That's 6 islands. I've also been to Tenerife and to Madeira. That's 8 islands. And what other islands have I been on? Well, I've been on Nassau and on Port Lucaya in the Caribbean. So that's 10. I've been on 10 islands in my life. I've been on Galveston Island. That's 11, off the coast of Texas. I've been on Padre Island, off Corpus Christi, also the coast of Texas. So I've been on 12 islands in my life. Maybe I've been on more. I've been on Manhattan Island, New York City. That part of New York City is an island. So I've been on 13 islands. I've also been on Staten Island. When you go to New York City, you go to a lot of islands, all right? So I've probably been on 20 islands in my life. Yeah, I've been on Capri in the Bay of Sorrento, all right? The Bay of Naples. Yeah, so I've been on that island too. I've been on a lot of islands. I've been on Corfu, off the coast of Western Greece, all right? Not too far from Albania. Yeah, so I've been on quite a few islands in my life. Copenhagen is an island, basically, yeah. So I've been on a lot of islands. How many islands have you been on? How many islands have you been on? Think about it. Go back and think about it. Think about it. How many islands have you been on, okay? And how many cities have you been to with a population of more than 10 million people? How many? Me, I've been to London and to Paris. They have more than 10 million people, greater London, greater Paris. I've been to New York. That has more than 10 million people. I've been to Mexico City. I've been to Cairo. Okay, it has more than 10 million people. I've been to Moscow, but that's debatable. Greater Moscow has more than 10 million people. That's 6. I have been to other very important cities like Rome, Berlin, but they don't have Amsterdam. They don't have more than 10 million people. Chicago, Los Angeles. But they don't have more than 10 million people, so I think I've been to 6. How many cities have I been to with over 10 million people? Maybe 6 only in my life. Not too many, really. Yeah. And how many states have I visited in the United States? Most of them, probably. I've been to most of the states in the U.S. I've been to most of them. I've never been to Indiana. Nope, I've never been to Indiana. I never have. I've never been to Indiana. Where else? I've never been to Maine. I've never been to New Hampshire. Yeah. But I've never been to Rhode Island. I've never been to Hawaii. I've never been to Alaska. There are quite a few states I haven't been to, but I think maybe only about 15 states. The rest I've been to. Yeah. So of the 50 states in the United States, I've been to all of them. Well, I've been to 35 out of the 50 states. And in Spain, how many provinces? are there? First, how many provinces are there in Spain? There are 50, plus 2 official cities of Ceuta and Melilla. So there are 50 provinces in Spain. Have I been to them all? Have I been to them all? To them all? No, I haven't been to them all. But I've been to almost all of them. I've been to every province in Andalusia, all of them. I've been to every province in Castilla and La Mancha, every one of them. I've been to the 2 provinces in Extremadura. I've been to the 9 provinces, all of them. I've been to all the provinces in Castilla y León. I've been to all 4 provinces in Catalonia. I've been to all 3 provinces of Valencia. I've been to Murcia too. And in Galicia, I've been to them all. I'm missing, so I know there's one province I haven't been to. And I'm trying to remember which one it is. I've been to Teruel. I've been to all the provinces in Aragon. Well, maybe I've been to every province in Spain. No. There's one province I've never been to. Yeah, Gran Canaria, Las Palmas. I've been to Tenerife, but I haven't been to Gran Canaria. So there's one province in Spain I haven't been to. All right. I haven't been to. But I've been to 49 out of the 50 provinces in Spain. Okay. And what province is the most distant in time? Lugo. I remember I was in Lugo in 1972. I haven't been back. I haven't been back to the province of Lugo since 1972. But I remember when I was there, I took a walk around Lugo on the Roman wall. Very interesting walk. So I would like to go back someday. Someday. Maybe soon. All right. How many times have you been to Lugo? How many times have you been to Pontevedra? How many times have you been to León? How many times have you been to El Bierzo in León? How many times have you been to La Robla in León? How many times have you been to Soria? How many times have you been to the south of Soria, to Tiermes, or to San Esteban de Gormaz? How many times have you been in the north of Soria, in the Laguna Negra, or in the or up in San, I can't remember the name, San Pedro Manrique, yeah, where they have the Paso del Fuego in Noche de San Juan. Okay, there are a lot of places that are nice in Spain. I've been to most of them. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, how many children does my sister have? My sister has 2 children. How many children does Maria have? How many children do you have, Maria? None? She doesn't have any children yet. How many children does Julio have? I don't know. How many children does the current president of Spain have? Or the president of the government of Spain, the prime minister of Spain? He has 2 children. How many children does the king of Spain have? He has 3 children. How many children does the current president of the United States have? He has 2 children. How many children does Angela Merkel have? I have no idea. I really don't know. How many? Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello everyone, my name is Layla and today we're going to practice with the question, how many? All right?
Okay.
How many?
How many?
How many times have you been with me in the last year?
I think I've been with you 3 times in the last year or 2.
Okay. How many? All right, the question, how many? Okay, so I'm going to give you a sentence and I just want you to ask me how many. So I give you the answer and you formulate the question.
Okay.
Okay? All right, at home, are you guys ready to practice? All right, let's do it. My brother had 5 electric guitars.
How many electric guitars did your brother have?
Okay, so this one's going to be in the present. My brother has 5 electric guitars.
How many electric guitars does your brother have?
Good, okay, so how do we say guitarra in English? Guitar. Okay, a lot of people make mistakes with that. Guitar. All right, so how many guitars does my brother have?
I don't know, 5?
Yes.
Your brother has 5 electric guitars.
There you go. Okay. My brother would only have 4 guitars if one broke. All right.
How many? Oh,
Let me say it one more time, okay? My brother would only have 4 guitars if one broke.
how many guitars would your brother have if one broke?
Exactly, okay? Believable, great. Okay, so how many guitars would my brother have if one broke?
4.
He would have 4, right? Okay, remember here we're practicing how many, okay? So my friend's boyfriend has 3 sports cars.
How many sports cars does your friend's boyfriend have?
Okay, now ask me one more time. And did you hear intonation at home? Because I didn't hear any intonation. All right.
Okay. How many sports cars does your friend's boyfriend have?
Okay, good. All right, now here I'm throwing in the Saxon genitive, el genitivo sajón, okay? Everybody makes mistakes with. So the question, how many sports cars does your friend's boyfriend have? All right, he has 3,
Okay.
right? My aunt's boss has 5 prior engagements. What are prior engagements?
Previous, right?
Okay, so yeah, something that
Has happened.
not has happened, prior engagements, before.
Okay.
Okay, like if I say, let's do something after this class, and I would say, oh, I have a prior engagement.
Okay.
Okay, meaning that I have something that I have to do before that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so my aunt's boss has 5 prior engagements.
How many prior engagements does your aunt's boss have?
Good, okay. All right, I have over 300 books in English.
How many books in English do you have?
Okay, how many books in English do I have? I have over, so instead of saying more than, we can use over. I have more than 300 in English. My best friend's boyfriend has 2 jobs.
How many jobs does your best friend's boyfriend have? Is that it?
Okay, yeah, but can we just hear that one more time?
Okay. How many jobs does your I forgot. Boyfriend's.
Best friend's boyfriend.
Okay. How many jobs does your best friend's boyfriend have?
Okay, good. All right, what does she want to know? She wants to know how many jobs my best friend's boyfriend has. He has 2.
Okay.
My mom's best friend has 2 houses.
How many houses does your mom's best friend have?
Good, okay. She has 2. My mom's best friend has 2 houses. My mom's best friend's husband. Okay, so 2 or 3 here. My mom's best friend's husband has a Hummer.
How?
Do you know what a Hummer is? A Hummer
It's
is
a
one of those
motorcycle?
gigantic cars that look that are almost like tanks.
Okay. So how many? How many Hummers does your does your
My
mom's
mom's
best friend's boyfriend have?
Husband.
Have?
Almost. One more time.
How many Hummers?
Hammers or Hummers?
Hummers.
Careful, because a Hummer is a tick, 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 right? If you want to put something on the wall, you need a hammer, okay? And this is a Hummer with a U, Hummer.
Okay. How many Hummers does your mom's best friend's husband have?
There you go, okay. What does she want to know? She wants to know how many Hummers my mom's best friend's husband has, okay? Well done. My brother's girlfriend's friend speaks 5 languages.
How many languages does your boyfriend's
My brother.
does your brother's girlfriend
Okay.
girlfriend's friend?
Okay. Okay, I'm making this really difficult, okay, but it's really important to practice the Saxon genitive, all right, because you guys always make mistakes with this, so that's why we're doing it. Okay, so I'll say it one more time. My brother's girlfriend's friend speaks 5 languages.
How many languages does your brother's girlfriend's friend speak?
There you go, perfect. Okay, all right, at home. What does Anna want to know? Anna wants to know how many languages my brother's girlfriend's friend speaks. How many?
5. He speaks 5.
He or she. Could be he or a she.
Okay.
My niece's cousin has 1 million toys.
How many toys does your niece's cousin have?
Exactly, okay. What does she want to know? She wants to know how many toys my niece's cousin has, right? So my niece obviously on the other side, on her father's side, right? My boyfriend's girlfriend's best friend has 2 houses on the coast. I'll say that. I'm looking at Anna's face. Okay, I'll say it again. I'll say it slowly. Okay, so my boyfriend's sister's best friend has 2 houses on the coast.
How many houses on the coast does your boyfriend's sister's friend have? Is that it?
Okay, yeah, but I want you to put coast on the coast at the end of the sentence.
Okay. How many houses? How many
houses
does your
boyfriend?
Okay, does your boyfriend's? I just forgot. Does your boyfriend's? I forgot.
Boyfriend's friend's best friend.
Okay. How many houses does your boyfriend's friend's best friend have on the coast?
Okay, good. All right. Okay, now let's try that just one more time.
Oof. How many houses does your boyfriend's friend's best friend have on the coast?
Okay, my boyfriend's friend's best friend, or my boyfriend's sister's best friend, has 2 houses on the coast. Okay? And my sister's friend has 200 necklaces.
How many necklaces does your sister's friend have?
One more time.
How many necklaces does your sister's friend have?
Okay. How many would she have if she broke one?
No, I don't
Necklace.
know. A necklace. Okay.
How many would she have if she broke one?
I don't know.
She would have 199, right?
Okay.
Okay, so that's all the time we have for today. So thank you, and I will see you again next time. Bye.
All right. Let's review short answers. Let's try to cover the gamut. Gamut escrito. The gamut means todo el espectro. Let's try to cover the entire spectrum. Let's try to cover the entire range. Rango, range escrito. Let's try to cover the entire gamut of possible short answers. Let's go to camera 1. All right. Are you happy? Yes, I am. Is your sister a human being? Yes, she is. Is Julio the manager here? Yes, he is. Is this television program interesting? Yes, it is. Should you try to be respectful to other people? Yes, I should. Do you have to work to make a living? Yes, I do. Did France invade Spain last year? No, it didn't. Were the Beatles born in Great Britain? Yes, they were. Are elephants gray? Yes, they are. Does the Queen of England speak Chinese with her children? No, she doesn't. Did the Queen of England travel in space last year? No, she didn't. Should the Queen of England, or should the King of Spain, mejor, should the King of Spain get more involved in politics? No, he shouldn't. Would you like to be a millionaire? Yes, I would. Would Norway invade Sweden if they disagreed on a certain matter? I don't think they would. I don't think Norway, no, it wouldn't. Norway wouldn't invade Sweden. Would Maria get angry, Richard, if you stayed on camera 2? Yes, she would. All right. Does Spain import a lot of oil? Oil, petroleum. Yes, oil. Yes, it does. Does Spain export a lot of olive oil? Yes, it does. Should Spain export even more olive oil? Well, yes, it should. It should try to export more. Would you have come to Spain originally if you had been married? No, I probably wouldn't have. Fijaos, te habrías venido a España al principio de haber estado casado a la sazón, pues no lo habría hecho probablemente. No, I wouldn't have. La respuesta corta, añado el have. No, I wouldn't have. Would you have come to Spain originally if you hadn't known any Spanish? No, I probably wouldn't have. Would you have come to Spain originally if Franco had still been in power? Yes, I would have. In fact, I did. I came here when Franco was still in power. I came here originally in 1972 as a student. I went back and finished my studies and then came back a second time permanently in 1974. In both instances, in both cases, in both moments, in both instances, Francisco Franco was still the man in charge in this country, okay? But not much longer. Soon after he died, and Spain started its transition towards a democracy, all right? Yes, now, should Spain change the electoral laws? In my opinion, it should, yes. Should Spain make important modifications in the Constitution? No, I don't think it should. No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. Should Spain withdraw from the European Union? Withdraw? Spain? Could you repeat the question, please? Yes, should, in your opinion, should Spain withdraw from the European Union? No, it shouldn't. Should Spain withdraw from the monetary union? No, it shouldn't, in my opinion. It would be a mistake. It shouldn't. Should Spain support the entry of Turkey into the European Union? Difficult question. I don't know. I'm not in a position to answer that question. Are you in a position to answer that question? No, I'm not. Why aren't you in a position to answer that question? Because I haven't studied all the details around that question. So if my opinion is not based on a careful analysis of the situation, so in fact my opinion is not necessarily valid. So I would rather not put forward an opinion on this, whether Spain should or should not support the entry of Turkey into the European Union. All right, I know that France is against it. A few other countries are against it. Some countries are in favor. Whether el que yo esté, whether I'm in favor or not, is a question that I can't tell you because I really need to analyze the situation a bit more carefully before I should venture, escrito venture, que es aventurar, una opinión, se dice en inglés, before I should venture an opinion on this. All right, but continue with short answers. Will you be here tomorrow? Tomorrow? No, I won't. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. Will you call your sister after the class? No, I won't. Are you going to are you going to close your bank account next week? No, I'm not. Have you ever closed a bank account? Yes, I have, many times, several times. Have you ever opened a bank account in a Swiss bank? No, I haven't. Not yet. I'm not rich enough to worry about hiding money in Switzerland or in strange islands in the Caribbean or in the English Channel. I don't have enough money to worry about that. So, but even if I had enough money, I would prefer not to hide it. It's not that important. Money's important, but it's not that important, okay? It's true that money doesn't bring happiness, and I know for a fact that money doesn't bring happiness. I have given English class to many, many rich people in my life and to their children. I've been able to observe and compare rich families, rich parents, rich children with normal parents and normal children. Okay? And to tell you the truth, I think it's more difficult for rich people to be happy. emotionally happy than normal people. I really think so. Okay. Interesting question to debate, but not for now. I have to go, so I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello and welcome to Vaughan Inglés 4.0. My name is Alberto Alonso. Me encanta que siempre ahí está. Ahí, ¿lo ves? Okay. My name is Alberto Alonso. That's right, and I'm your teacher. And you have a fellow student. That's right, another student who is going to be with you. So I want you to follow his lead because he's doing a great job. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Juan. Hello, Juan. How are you?
Hanging in there. How are you?
Good, good. I'm okay. I'm very happy. Ask me why I'm so happy.
Why are you so happy?
Because I like it when my students use things that I taught them. And I taught you hanging in there. What does hanging in there mean in Spanish?
Bien.
Tirando. Hanging in there. Ahí estoy como colgando. Ahí. Que no estoy siempre, I'm not excellent. I'm not doing badly. Ahí estoy, tirando. Hanging in there. Eso es muy nativo, eh? Write that down. Apúntalo. Okay. Well, ask me what we're going to do first.
What are we going to do first?
We're going to do some vocabulary. Remember, in every class we'll learn 5 words. That's not a lot to ask, is it?
No, not too much.
5 words. Are you good at math?
I'm not really good at math.
Okay, so let's look at it this way. 365 words times 5, 25, 32, 15, 1,825 new words at the end of 1 year. 1 year. 1,800, that's a vocabulary right there.
Absolutely.
So, but remember, it's not enough to just know the words. You have to say them, and you have to use them in context. That's the whole idea, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's practice. Let's take a look at the first one. Is improvisar.
To ad-lib.
Okay, yeah. We can say to improvise. We can say to wing it. Es invéntatelo. Wing it. Como ala. Wing it. But we also say to ad-lib. And we say the second part changes. I ad-libbed that. To ad-lib is improvisar. Improvisar. Very important skill, don't you agree?
Absolutely, yes it is.
You have to know how to ad-lib. You have to know how to improvise. It's important because a lot of times there are unforeseen circumstances. Imprevistas, right? Circunstancias imprevistas. Unforeseen circumstances, right? Okay, so ad-lib. Are you good at ad-libbing?
I think I'm good at ad-libbing, yes.
Otra vez, porque
I think I'm good at ad-libbing, yes.
Very good. I think I'm good at ad-libbing. Right. Do you think I'm good at ad-libbing?
I think you are pretty good at ad-libbing, yes.
Ask me if I prepare my classes.
Do you prepare your classes?
Of course I prepare my classes. No, I swear I do, te lo juro. Okay, let's take a look. Number 2, hora punta.
Rush hour.
Rush hour, es una película también. Yeah. Do you like driving in rush hour?
I hate driving in rush hour.
Do you try and avoid rush hour when possible?
Yes, I try to avoid rush hour when possible, but many times it ain't possible. So.
Yeah. I avoid. I'm pretty lucky. I avoid rush hour. I go to work a little bit later, and I leave a little bit later. So I'm usually missing rush hour, because rush hour is not only on the streets, but in the trains too, on the metro. Yeah. It's packed. You're in there like sardines, como decimos. You're packed in there like sardines. How do you say abarrotado?
Crowded.
Oh, it's crowded. That's right. Crowd viene de mogollón. Crowded, crowded. Okay, seguimos. Rush hour, hora punta. How do you say azulejo?
I honestly don't know.
Tile. Tile. Tile se escribe. Tile.
Tile.
Tile. Do you have tile in your home?
Yes, I do have tile at home, yes.
Sure. Ceramic tile?
I think it is ceramic tile.
He's like, I don't know what kind of tile it is. Ask me if I have tile. Ask me if I have tile floors.
Do you have tile floors?
No, I have parquet. Parquet floors, which is the false wood. It's fake wood, right? Yeah. Okay, so tile. Tile is azulejo. Okay, let's take a look. Hasta cierto punto. Hasta cierto punto.
To a certain extent.
Muy bien. To a certain extent. How do you say, estoy de acuerdo contigo hasta cierto punto?
I agree with you to a certain extent.
Very good. I agree with you to a certain extent. Hasta cierto punto. And how do you say el polo sur?
The South Pole.
The South Pole. Igual. The South Pole. Have you ever been to the South Pole?
No, I've never been to the South Pole. Have you?
No, I've been to the North Pole. I went to go visit Santa Claus one year. Close personal friend of mine.
Yeah, I see.
I've been to the North Pole, but I've never been to the South Pole. It's probably pretty cold in the South Pole, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it is pretty cold, yes.
Pretty chilly. Bring a jacket. That's what my mother would say. You're going to the South Pole? You'd better bring a jacket, right? Más te vale, we say you'd better. You had better, right? Okay, good. Well, not bad, not bad. How do you say improvisar?
To ad-lib.
Very good. How do you say azulejo?
Tile.
Oh, okay. It's good. But you see, the more you repeat it, the more you'll know it. How do you say hora punta?
Rush hour.
Muy bien, hasta cierto punto.
To a certain extent.
You got it. You got it. Okay, now we're going to look at some short answer. Because I tell a lot of students, if you're listening carefully, then it makes things very easy, especially when we're talking about short answers. Okay, yes, I do. No, I can't. Yes, I will. No, I won't. Right? When you give the short answer. Now, you'll be surprised, though, how many times I say, are you feeling good? They'll be like, yes, I do. Are you? Sería, yes, I am. So, es muy importante que escuchemos el auxiliar o el modal. So, if it's can, tu respuesta va a ser can or can't, si es negativo. Okay, so let's practice some short answer questions. Would you give me €1,000,000 if I asked for it?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Wrong answer, but that was correct. But it was wrong. No, I wouldn't. Okay, can you fly?
No, I can't.
Was I your teacher last year?
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't. Good. Was I born in Spain?
No, you weren't.
Okay. Were you born in Spain?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Are you from Almeria?
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Muy bien. Could you read and write when you were 5 years old?
No, I couldn't.
No, I couldn't. Can you read and write now?
Yes, I can.
Sometimes. Depends on the day, right? It depends on the day. Yes, I can. Will you be here tomorrow?
Yes, I will.
Will you be here in 2 weeks?
No, I won't.
I won't. Have you eaten?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Will it rain tomorrow?
I think it will.
I think it will. I think it will. ¿Ves cómo estás duplicando lo que digo yo?
Yeah,
Right?
I see.
Are you 50 years old?
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Do you play tennis?
No, I don't.
Does your wife play basketball?
No, she doesn't.
Does your son like Real Madrid?
Yeah, he loves Real Madrid.
Yes, he does. He loves Real Madrid. He loves Real Madrid. Is your son a smart boy?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. All right. Is his grandfather a smart man?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Porque le apuntó, because he signed him up to be a Real Madrid supporter. right?
Exactly.
Okay. Do you and your son go to games very often?
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Te intenté hacer truco. No, we don't. Okay. So, si ves, si yo digo do, es do or don't el tuyo. Si digo, should you smoke?
No, I shouldn't.
Or, no, I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't smoke, right? Was I here yesterday?
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't. Did you come here yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Are you improving?
Yes, I am.
Good. Okay. Do I think you're improving?
Yes, you do.
Very good. Good job. Keep practicing. We'll see you next time. Ciao. Okay. Another class is now part of our teaching and learning history. Well, teaching history, yes. Learning history, no, because you need to continue learning. And I would recommend that you make an effort to remember these short answers. Yes, I do. Yes, I did. Yes, I should. Yes, I will. Yes, I would. Yes, I may, etc. But remember that it's a never-ending story. Learning a second language never stops, okay? Especially if you're young. If you're watching me now and you're between the age of 10 and 35, I recommend that you make a very strong effort. If you're between the age of 40 and 60, I also recommend an effort. In fact, I recommend an effort for everybody, because the effort of improving your skills and knowledge of a second language is very good for your brain. I think it adds brain cells. It's very good. It sharpens your mind. So I always recommend it. All right. See you tomorrow.